Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to create this landing page. So over here we have this large image in the background and we have the product that we are promoting, and we also have nice beautiful big text here and a call to action. Now these landing pages are very important, especially if you're trying to promote something or you want to grow your email list. And these landing pages as well are very good because you can also use them with cart flows, which is a funnel building software in WordPress. So once you learn these techniques that I'm going to show you today, you can apply these to any other landing pages. And with this example here, it doesn't necessarily have to be a product. You can change things around here, make this a different type of landing page. The idea of this tutorial is to give you some inspiration and also show you how to use the Divi builder to create these landing pages. Now, if you are brand new to web design, I have a free WordPress course. The link to that is in the description below. And if you haven't bought Divi yet and you'd like to use Divi as your page builder, I have a fantastic bonus for you. If you buy Divi using my affiliate link, I'll give you access to my Divi Blueprint 3 course, which teaches you everything that you need to know about Divi and how to build professional looking websites. All right, so with that said, let's dive in and let me show you how I created this landing page. All right, so right now I'm in my WordPress admin dashboard. So the first thing I'm going to do here is to create a brand new page. So I'm going to come over here to pages and click on add new. And now let's give this page a name. So I'm just going to call this special offer landing. But of course you can call this page, whatever you want. Okay, so next I'm going to click. In fact, before I go to the next step, over here you see where it says default template. It's ideal that when you create landing pages, they shouldn't have the header and the footer in the actual design, because that's distracting when the visitor comes to that landing page. All right, so to remove the header and footer, you need to come over here to template and make sure that you select blank template. Next, you want to click on publish and then click on use Divi builder. So now this is going to take us to our builder. So here we're going to build our design from scratch. So I'm going to click here on build from scratch, and then I'm just going to close this for now. So the next thing we're going to do now is to use a full width section. So I'm going to come over here, click this plus button, and then I'm going to select full width. So what we need here is the full width header. So I'm going to go ahead and select it. And this is now our starting point. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to save this and then delete this section that we have here at the top, because we don't really need that. All right, so now let's go in and start making our customization. So first of all, I'm going to click here on my module settings, and then I'm going to start adding my messaging. So here we can say maybe summer sale. But of course, you can add whatever text that you need here to describe whatever it is that you're promoting. Here I'm going to add a subtitle text, and they say get 10% off. And again, this message could be anything. In fact, let me just type this correctly. Get 10% off. So this could be maybe an offer for a course. It could be a physical product. It could be maybe your first consultation. It could be just pretty much anything you want. So here I'm going to say get 10% off. Let's say 10% off your first order. Okay, so that's going to be my text. And then over here, I'll just say go to offer, or click here to go to the shop, or learn more. Let's keep it simple. Let's just call this learn more. Okay, great. So over here now on this body text, we don't really need this, so I'm going to get rid of that. And as you can see now, my design here has been simplified. But it's far from over yet, because we still need to customize our text and make sure that everything looks very consistent. All right, so the next thing we're going to do now is to come over here to our design. And then I'm going to start over here with this main heading title here. So I'm going to click on this little icon here, this paintbrush tool. So that will take me directly to my heading 1 settings. So first of all, I'm going to use Poppins as my text. And then here for my font weight, I'm going to change this to bold. And let's play around with the size here. So I'm going to make this slightly bigger. We are going to come back over here to make some adjustments. But over here, I just want to make sure that everything is nice and big. Okay, so here for our subtitle, I'm going to click here to choose pop-ins, and here I'm going to make it medium. Okay. Again, I'm just going to make the size slightly bigger, maybe 28. Now let's customize our button. So I'm going to click here on this paintbrush tool again. And then for us to make some changes to our button, I need to click on use custom styles for button. Now this will activate all the settings for our button. All right, so now that I've selected that, the next stage now is to start adding our design colors. So I'm going to start with the background color here, and I'm going to go with this orange here. Okay. The text size, I think I'll leave it as it is for now. In fact, let's just bump it up to about, let's say 25. Now the border width, I don't really need that, so I'm going to get rid of it. So now it's time to make adjustments to our text, because as you can see, I'm using a consistent font here. So I'm going to change this from default to pop-ins, and then I'm going to make it all caps, and I may make it even medium as well. Okay. Or semi-bold. Okay. So the next stage now is maybe add my icon. But to be honest with this, I'm pretty much happy with the hover action that's happening here. Okay. So with that said, I just need to add a little bit of letter spacing. So let's see. Maybe if I add 1, it's slightly better. Okay. I think I'm happy with 1. So I'm going to save that. Okay, so as you can see here, my text is looking great, but now it's time to go into our design and start working on our visuals. So it's important that when you add your images, the images have to relate to the type of product or the type of item you're promoting. So in this case, it's summer sale. So the imagery that you want to have is something with the sun, warm colors, stuff like that. And also you need the product to go with it. So this is what we're going to do next. So let me go back in here and click on module settings. So what we're going to do here is to click on design layout. So the first thing we want to do to make this design fit the whole screen is to activate here where it says make full screen. So now you can see my design is really taken over. Okay, so the next stage now is to go to sizing. So this is where now we're going to play around with our content width. Okay, like that. So maybe 40%. And again, this is something that you may want to come back to as you're designing this. Now over here on the width, I am going to drag this all the way down to maybe about, let's say 33% to start off with. And then we're also going to go in and make some adjustments and see how this is going to look. So maybe I can make it, okay, let's start with 40. So as you can see, by making this 40, this button here doesn't look great. Our text here doesn't look great as well. And that is why I was saying I was going to come back and make some tweaks as I'm designing this. Okay, so I'm going to go back over here to my button first, reduce the size. That should solve that problem. But now our button is too small. So that means if I go back to sizing, I can make my content width slightly bigger. So let's say 44, but I still need to go in and sort this out. Okay, so my text size, let's bring it down a bit to maybe 21. Then I'm also going to go into this text here and give it some line height. Okay, so 1 EM I think works perfect for that. Now I am going to add an image to this blue section here. So I'm going to click back on content. Background. So I don't need this color here. In fact, this needs to be black. So now it's time to add my image. And to do that, I'm going to come to this third tab, click this plus button, and then I'm going to add my image of the shoes here. Click upload an image. So now my image has been added. Now we have a slight problem here because, in fact, let me save this so you can really see it. The slight problem that we have here is the image that we have is a bit light. It has some bright spots, so our text is not very easy to read. So in order for us to fix that, we need to go in and just make our image slightly darker. So to do that, let's go back over here to my settings, and then I'm going to click on background. So you notice that I added black as my background color here. That is great. So all we need to do now to make this image a bit darker is to come over here to image blend. By default, it's set to normal. So over here, we want to set it to multiply. So at first it looks like, oh, everything is just turned black. But the great thing here with using this technique is you can come over here to your background color and then just click anywhere here and drag the slider down. And this now will start to reveal the image in the background. So as you can see, I can go down, maybe let's go 68. So we can still see the shoe here. So it's not too bad. But if you want to make it a bit brighter, you can just go down, maybe down to about 0.6. Okay, so I think that's okay. Leave it at that. And then save. Okay, so that's looking great. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to test this on a mobile device and see what that looks like. So as you can see, we still have some work to do. We need to come over here and customize it and make it look great. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back in here and let me start working with this text. So first of all, I'm going to go into my module settings here. I mean, into my settings for the different screen sizes. So I'm going to start with the tablet. I'm going to reduce this a little bit so we can read it. So I think 52 is okay. I'm going to come over here. And again, I'm going to do the same, customize this text. Okay. Now, I've noticed that this line here is way too close here. So I can also change this. So I need to go into sizing. So my sizing here needs to change when I go to my width. So I'm going to click here on this little icon. So for the tablet, instead of having it at auto, I'm just going to bring it down to, let's say, 50. So this is going to be 50-50. But if I want, since this is the main item that we're going to focus on, we can increase this to maybe about, let's say 68. And then our content width as well can be increased here to about 60. So as you can see now, everything fits very well and it's looking great. So let's go to the phone and let's see what it looks like. So again, the phone, I can increase this to about, let's say 74, and that looks great as well. So these are the things that you need to do in order for your designs to really, really look great. The only thing that we need to come to and make adjustments to here is the button. So I'm going to click here on this brush tool. And the first thing we are going to do here is to reduce the size of my text. So I'm going to click here on this little icon, click on tablet. In fact, I'm on the phone. So I just need to reduce this text until I get a full button. So 18 is perfect for that. Now I'm going to be a bit more precise here. So right now, the line height on this subtext here is not great. So I'm just going to click on this little brush tool. And then I'm going to come over here to line height. Then I'm just going to increase it a little bit. I think 1.4 is great. So now everything is looking great. And over here as well on the tablet, things are fine. And then over here on the desktop, you know, things are pretty much the way I want them to be. Okay, so that's looking great. I'm going to go ahead now and save. The next stage now is to add our massive image here that also works in conjunction with our design. So to add our image now, I can come over here to section settings, click on background, and then I'm going to come over here to the third tab, click this plus button, and then I'm going to add my image. Click upload an image, and now my image is in position. So as you can see now, my design is pretty much coming together. All I have to do now is to save changes. I'm just going to publish this for now. Okay, so that is looking great. So as you can see, this type of design is quite easy to do with Divi. And if you follow step by step, you will be able to get these types of layouts. So if you're a freelance designer, these are the type of layouts you want to create for your clients because they really convey the message. And these type of landing pages usually get a lot of signups or return, because I've used these landing pages for my own website as well, and they work really, really well. So go ahead, try them out. And as I mentioned, of course, this one here is promoting a shoe, but using the same technique, you can actually design your own layouts using this technique and also make it convey something different. This could be a dentist appointment or a dentist client that you can apply this design to, and in that you could be promoting maybe a free consultation on the first visit or so, but the imagery now has to convey, you know, that it's a dentist place, and you can find some of these images online. I use pexels.com for my images, or pixabay.com. It's also a very good resource. So guys, that's all I have for you in today's video. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget, if you buy Divi using my affiliate link, drop me a message on funnelstoincome.com and I'll give you access to my Divi blueprint course. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video.